studio time check is 1 o'clock. Good afternoon and welcome to the news at 1 from Bars 99.3 FM Osogbo, a place where entertainment meets humanity. My name is Bamidupe Kolawole. First, the headlines. Oni of Ife welcomes twin princes with Olori Miriam. Minister affirms economic reforms painful but necessary for Nigerians' growth. On the foreign scene, India, exciting world of sports. Bayern pledges support for injured Alphonso Davies ahead of World Cup. Now the news in detail. The Oni of Ife, Oba Adeyeye Ogunwusi, has announced the birth of twin princes with his wife, Mariam Ajibola, to the royal house of Oduduwa. The monarch disclosed this in a post shared on a social media handle today. Oni expressed joy at the arrival of his princes and gave thanks to God as both his wife and children are in good health. Warmest congratulations to the entire house of Oduduwa and to Olori Miriam Ajibola on the joyous arrival of twin princes to the royal throne of Oduduwa today. In another development, leaders of All Progressive Congress in Osun State has been urged to adhere strictly to due process in selecting the party's senatorial candidate for the 2027 general election. The call was made by Abdulgafar Akintayo Hammer, a senatorial aspirant from the Osun West Senatorial District, during a meeting convened by APC leaders across the senatorial districts in Iwo. Amero represented the Iwo Ayedire Olaoluwa Federal Constituency in the House of Representatives from 2011 to 2019, expressed dissatisfaction over alleged attempt to impose a candidate without following appropriate democratic procedures. According to him, party leaders initially informed the aspirants that only one nomination form would be purchased for a consensus candidate. However, the decision was later reversed, with all aspirants subsequently directed to obtain nomination forms after consultation with the party secretary and other party stakeholders. The Minister of Solid Minerals Development, Dele Alake, says the current economic difficulties in Nigeria are painful but part of necessary transition towards building a resilient and sustainable economy. Alake stated this at the maiden edition of the Solid Minerals Excellence Award in Abuja. He said Nigeria was undergoing a decisive economic transformation aimed at achieving long-term prosperity, industrial growth, and national development through bold reforms and strategic leadership. According to him, the administration of President Bola Tinubu remains committed to implementing difficult but necessary reforms to address corruption challenges, weak institutions, economic instability, and over-dependence on oil revenue. The Oyo State Rule of Law Enforcement Authority, OILEO, in collaboration with the Ministry of Environment and Natural Resources, the Nigerian Police Force, the Amotekun Corps, and the Environmental Task Force, carried out a joint clearance and enforcement operation on destitute and street beggars in Ibadan, main city, earlier today. The operation was led by retired DCP Francis Ojomo, chairman of the Environmental Task Force, Oyo State. Key officials on the ground included Chief of Staff to the OILEO chairperson, Iyabode Eniton Akimbode. The exercise covered key areas including the Bere, Mapo, Ojaba access routes. During the exercise, calls of destitute and beggars constituting environmental and public order impediment were apprehended. Now serving you reports from the foreign scene. India's state-run oil companies raised petrol and diesel prices by more than 3% today as disruption to energy supplies due to the Iran war mounts pressure on the economy. The increase marks the first hike in automobile fuel prices in India since war broke out in February, prompting Iran's near-total blockade of the Strait of Hormuz. India, the world's third largest oil buyer, normally sources